Yes, sir.
Okay, Ayesha. See. So that's it. Now we are going to start with another topic, that is some special parallelograms. Topic is some
Special.
special parallelograms. So we have discussed parallelograms. Now we are going to look at some quadrilaterals that are
First
parallelograms
is
but special way.
rhombus.
Okay. So the first one which we are discussing about is, and they are easy. They are easier. Rhombus. First one is a rhombus. Okay. Now, first one I'll tell you what is a rhombus. Rhombus is a figure like this. Don't call it kite. It might look like a kite, but kite is already a different figure. We know. Okay, so this is the rhombus. Now, what is a rhombus basically? Rhombus is a figure. It is a parallelogram
Where
of
all the
figure.
sides are equal.
Yes, a quadrilateral. With all sides equal. Okay. But the angles aren't equal. But the angles are not equal. But it is a parallelogram. Okay, so it would carry all the properties of a parallelogram. That means that opposite sides are equal and parallel, opposite angles are equal, adjacent angles are adjust supplementary. Okay, Aisha? So rhombus is a
Okay, sir.
quadrilateral with all the sides equal, but the angles are not equal. Okay, now some properties about rhombus. The main important property about rhombus is the diagonals of a rhombus of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Perpendicular bisectors of each other. Now, what does perpendicular bisector means? See, perpendicular bisector means this. Suppose I have a rhombus. Let's name it ABCD. And this had diagonals like this. So perpendicular bisectors means that these diagonals are not equal, but they cut each other at 90 degree and they divide each other in half. Okay, Aisha, we already know that in a parallelogram, bisectors are diagonals are bisectors, right? In a parallelogram, diagonals cut each other in half. You know this, right, Aisha? This was a property of diagonals we discussed, that diagonals of a parallelogram are bisectors. Same here, the diagonals of a rhombus, because rhombus is also a parallelogram. So the diagonals are bisectors, but here the special part is they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means they cut each other at 90 degree. Okay, Aisha? Is this clear? Suppose if this AC is 8 centimeters, so AO would be 4 centimeters. Okay, and AC and OC would also be 4 centimeters. And if this BD is 6 centimeters, so this much would be 3, and this much would be 3. Is this clear, Aisha, now?
Repeat once.
Sorry?
Can you repeat once more?
Sure. Aisha, first tell me, was it till here clear that all the sides are equal and all the angles are not equal?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Aisha, in parallelograms, we discussed that in a parallelogram, the diagonals are bisectors. Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What did bisectors mean, bache?
They meet each other at the point.
Each of them?
At that middle point.
Bache, your voice is not clear actually. I don't know why. Each of them cut each other in half. You know this, right? Bisectors means this. Each of them divide each other in half. Got it, Aisha? So this divides this and this would be equal, and this of this and then this would be equal. First, tell me, do you remember this about parallelogram? That the diagonals are
Yes,
bisectors.
sir.
Bisectors means to cut in half. Bi means two. Sect means cut. So cut in two. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now rhombus, since rhombus are parallelograms only, so they have the same property, but rhombus में speciality addition में they are bisectors, but they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means they cut at 90 degrees. So this is 90 degree. Okay, this angle between them is 90 degree. Now is this clear? What does perpendicular bisector means?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Aisha, same property. See, I'll tell you, same property was in kite, but kite में only there was one diagonal that cuts. Kite was like this. So the longer one used to cut the shorter one in half, that too perpendicularly. So the longer one was perpendicular bisector of the shorter one. Remember this? Here both of them are. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It is basically, we can say it is a mix of kite and parallelogram. Okay, so this was all about rhombus.
Hmm.
That all the sides are equal, angles are not equal, and the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Okay, Aisha, I want you to note this down, please.
Okay. Done, sir.
Got this now?
Done, sir.
Okay. Now the next one is rectangle. Okay, next rectangle and square are very easy. You already know them as well. So the next one is rectangle. So rectangle is a figure which has a parallelogram basically with all angles 90 degree. A parallelogram with all the angles equal to 90 degree. So This is a rectangle. We all know what is a rectangle. If this is A, B, C, D. So we know that opposite sides are equal and parallel, just like a parallelogram. And speciality is that the angles are equal and 90 degree. So this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. Now, one of the properties is that the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal to each other. So the diagonals, so AC is equal to BD. In a parallelogram, Ayesha, the diagonals were not equal, but in a rectangle, the diagonals are equal. So diagonals of a rectangle are equal to each other. Is this clear, Ayesha?
Yes, sir.
But it would carry all the properties of parallelograms. So that's why I'm saying remember the properties of a parallelogram. That opposite angles are equal. Here, all the angles are equal and 90 still. But also the diagonals are bisectors. Diagonals are equal and bisectors also because parallelogram maybe they were bisectors, so they are bisectors here also. Okay.
Oh,
Now I hope rectangle is clear. Now moving on to square. Again, the easiest square. Square, a quadrilateral or a parallelogram with all sides equal and all the angles 90 degree. Okay. Now square is a mixture of all the quadrilaterals. Square is the king of all the quadrilaterals basically. It has all the properties of every quadrilateral. Whether it is a rhombus or like square carries all the properties. This is a square A, B, C, D. Okay. Now we know that angles are 90 degree, all the sides are equal to each other. Angles are 90 degree. Diagonals are equal. Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Diagonals are like everything. Okay. Actually, is this clear now? Aisha, is this clear, bache?
yes, sir.
Okay. Please note rectangle and square, and then we'll do some questions.
Done, sir.
Note this, Aisha.
No, sir. Wait, sir. Can you wait up? Yes, sir. Okay. Done, sir.
Okay, fine. Aisha, rice is a rhombus. You have to find out x, y, and z in this rhombus.
Okay. Done, sir. X
What is the answer,
equals to
Aisha?
y.
X is equal to?
X equals to 5 and to y equals 12 and z equals 30.
Correct. Very good. You applied Pythagoras theorem, right?
What's sir?
You applied Pythagoras theorem, right, to find Z?
No, I just did diagonals, bisect, and all that.
No, oh, X and Y the diagonals bisect each other. So how did you find out Z? Pythagoras theorem से ना?
No, sir, I think I don't know Pythagoras.
Sorry. How, but Z is correct, 13. But how did you find out? I'm asking that.
Because all the sides are equal.
Oh, okay, fine, fine, fine. 13 is given. Good. But I said, like if the sides aren't given, still you can find out. Suppose like this, the sides are not given, but this is given. Let's say ऐसा हुआ ठीक है now see this is 5 and let's say this is 12 we don't know the side but this is 90 degree so this is 5 this is 12 now how will we find out this so this is a right angle triangle being created right this is 5 this is 12 so we will apply the Pythagoras theorem to find this so this is 5 square plus 12 square that is 20 that is h square so 25 plus 144 is equal to h square. So 169 is equal to h square. So therefore, h is equal to under root 169 that is equal to 30. Okay, Aisha? This is how also we can do it if the side is not given. Okay, so because definitely a question will come where you have to find out the side using the diagonals. Okay, Aisha, is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, note this down.
Right. Done, sir.
Okay, Aisha, now I want you to try example 8, Aisha.
Example number 8.
Yes.
Done, sir.
What is the answer, Aisha?
X equals 3.
Correct. Good. Okay, Aisha. Now moving on to the exercise. True or false? All rectangles are squares. True or false, Aisha?
Sir, all rectangles are squares. No.
Yes. This is false. All rectangles are not
Yes,
squares.
yes, give me
Okay.
one.
All rhombuses are parallelograms. All rhombuses are parallelograms.
Yes, sir.
True. Correct. All squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. True or false?
All squares. True.
True. Correct. All squares are not parallelograms.
All squares are not parallel. False.
False. Yes. All squares are parallelograms. All kites are rhombuses.
False.
False. All rhombuses are kites.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yes. True. Because see, all kites properties are there in rhombus. Adjacent sides are equal. Yes. Diagonal one diagonal is perpendicular bisector of another. Yes. So yes, all the properties are true. All parallelograms are trapeziums.
True.
True. Correct. All squares are trapeziums.
True.
True. Correct. Identify all the quadrilaterals that have four sides of equal length. Four right angles. Aisha, tell me what are the quadrilaterals that have all the sides equal?
Rhombus square.
Correct. What are the quadrilaterals that have all the angles as right angles?
Rectangle.
And
Square.
correct. Now, Aisha, in these type of questions, in question 3, as you can see, explain how a square is a quadrilateral. So you will say a square is a quadrilateral because all the sides are because it has four sides. A square is a parallelogram because opposite. Just a minute, bache.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, Aisha. Now, Aisha, explain how a quadrilateral, explain how a square is a parallelogram. Tell me.
Because all sides are equal of that square.
Parallelogram, parallelogram, yes. So you can say that in a square, opposite sides are equal and parallel, so it is a parallelogram. Okay.
Okay.
You have to write the. Explain how a square is a rhombus.
Because all sides are equal.
Yes. Explain how a square is a rectangle.
Because the opposite sides of both of them are equal.
Yes.
They are
And
parallel.
also Yes, and also you have to write down that all the angles are 90 degree, because ये तो हमने parallelogram के लिए भी लिखा था. We also wrote this for parallelogram. So extra part we have to write in rectangle is all the angles are 90 degree. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fourth question is easy again. I'll skip this one. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Actually, do you remember what was a convex quadrilateral?
What's it?
Do you remember what was a convex quadrilateral?
Kind of. No,
See,
I remember
convex.
convex polygon.
See, convex quadrilateral was a quadrilateral in which the interior angles were like the see. I said these are convex quadrilaterals. Try to show it to you. See, these are convex polygons. Okay, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and these are concave. Okay, like some concave was basically when exterior angle is less than 180. Okay,
Oh,
sure.
polygon. That I know.
Okay, so same quadrilateral because so quadrilateral or convex quadrilateral, you write it down that uh, none of the exterior angles. See, here is the definition. Polygons that are convex have no portion of the diagonals to the exteriors. Yes, Aisha, the best is you write that uh, a square doesn't have any diagonal in the exterior, so therefore it is a convex quadrilateral. Otherwise, it would have been a concave. Okay, like I showed you a convex one, concave one. Aisha, this is also quadrilateral. See, it has four sides and all the sides are line segments. It is a quadrilateral, but this is a concave one because see, one of the diagonals is this. Diagonal to ये भी हो ना, diagonal is what connects the two sides. Okay, which are not connected. So this is also a diagonal, but this is an exterior. Okay, so concave are which have diagonals and exterior. So convex have all the diagonals in the interiors. So that is why it is not a convex. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now ABC is a right angle triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Explain why O is equidistant from A, B, and C. Question 6. ठीक है. Aisha, question 6 I'll tell you how to do it. See. So question 6 is that ABC is a right angle triangle. You have a right angle triangle
Hmm.
like this. That is A, B, and C. See, this is A, B, and C. Now, this is 90 degree. This is a right angle triangle. Now, the question is further saying O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. So, O is the midpoint of this side. This is O. Okay. Now, explain why O is equidistant from A, B, and C. Now, they are saying that you have to explain why is it from the at the equal distance from A, B, and C. So, basically, what we have to prove is to prove AB, sorry, AO is equal to OC is equal to OB. Okay, or BO, and this is AO is equal to CO and this is equal to BO. We have to prove this, Aisha. Okay. Now it is already given that O is the midpoint. Aisha, if O is the midpoint, then automatically the first thing is proof that AO is equal to CO. AO is equal to CO. Proof in the proof we write AO is equal to CO because it is given that O is the midpoint, right, Aisha? Midpoint of AC. So from here we at least know that AO is equal to CO. If it is the midpoint, then this side of course is going to be equal to this side. Aisha, tell me, is this clear first of all?
What, sir?
Aisha, is this clear? See, I'll repeat again.
Yes.
This was a right angle triangle, and they said that O is the midpoint. You have to prove that AO is equal to BO is equal to CO. In the question, they have said that prove that it is equidistant. Equidistance means equal distance from all, that is A, B, and C. So AO is equal to BO is equal to CO. You have to prove this. Now, Aisha, when they have given that O is the midpoint of AC, this means that this side is equal to this side because that is the midpoint, right? So AO is equal to CO is already given that piece. Got it? We just have to prove it equal to BO. Did you get it or should I explain it again, Mitchell? Aisha, are you there?
Yes.
Can you please open your video? That's possible.
What, sir?
Can you open your video camera if that's possible?
My camera isn't working.
Okay, your camera is working. Aisha, first tell me, is this clear? Why AO is equal to CO? At least this much.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now, Aisha, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna construct another like this. I'm gonna increase A to a point and C to a point D. Okay, such that this makes a rectangle. Okay, so I'm gonna increase the sides. I'm gonna construct such that this makes a rectangle. Okay, Aisha, I have constructed something.
Okay,
So
sir.
now we'll write construct AD and CD such that ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, we have constructed a rectangle. Now, Aisha, in a rectangle, we know that this, see, in a rectangle, we know that diagonals are equal, right? In
Hmm.
a rectangle, we know diagonals are equal. So, AC is
Yes, sir.
equal to BD. AC is equal to BD. And the reason we write is diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Rectangle are equal. Now, Aisha, we also know that diagonals of a parallelogram are bisectors. Oh, sorry, a rectangle are bisectors. So this means that AO is equal to CO and BO is equal to DO. So AO is equal to CO and BO is equal to DO. The reason is diagonals of a rectangle are bisectors of each other. Are bisectors of each other. Okay, so the diagonals of a rectangles are bisectors of each other. This much we have proved. Now, see, we just have to what we have to do is, can I write AC as AO plus CO? See, AC. AC is this. So I can write AC as AO plus CO, right? AO plus CO. Got it, Aisha?
Yes.
So AC. So now
Yes.
I'll take this equation here. I'll take this equation here and write AC is equal to AO plus CO, and I write BD is equal to BO plus DO. BDC. BD here. BD को I can write BO plus DO. So BD को I write BO plus DO. Now see, since we know that AO is equal to CO, so instead of CO I can write AO again, right? Instead of CO I can write AO again. So this is actually equal to AO plus AO, right? Aisha, is this clear? Instead of CO I am writing
Yes, sir.
AO because they both are equal. And here also BO is equal to DO, so I am writing BO is equal to BO. Okay. Now see, sorry, BO plus BO. Now this is 2AO and this is 2BO. Okay. So now instead of AC, I'm gonna write 2AO. So AC was equal to BD. So instead of AC, I'm gonna write 2AO, and instead of BD, I'm gonna write 2BO. Now 2 and 2 would cancel each other. So AO is equal to BO. AO is equal to BO, and AO was also equal to CO. Okay, so therefore it means that all of the three are equal. So that is AO is equal to BO is equal to CO. Okay, and this is what we need to prove. So hence proof. Is this clear, Aisha? How did we prove this?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion in any part, then do let me know. I'll explain it again. Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, great. This is question 6. Please note this down. And this question can appear in exam again and again. It does appear in exam. Yeah.
No problem, sir. I can zoom it.
Okay, fine.
Done, sir.
Now note this, Aisha.
Okay.